Hey guys, it's Will Caban from the Caban Lending Group and the host of the Real Estate Rundown. I wanted to address a question that I'm commonly asked by current home buyers who've purchased homes with FHA loans, which is, if I currently own a home and I have an FHA mortgage, can I buy another home with an FHA mortgage? And there are very strict rules regarding how that process can work. So for starters, FHA loans are always and will always be for the purpose of primary residences. So the reason why that's important is because you cannot buy a second home and you cannot buy an investment property with an FHA mortgage. The only circumstances where you can have a second FHA mortgage are the following. The first is if you're purchasing a home within a 100-mile distance from your current primary residence that you purchased with an FHA loan. In most cases, FHA will allow that to happen. So that's very cut and dry. There's not much metrics that are designed around that. The second, more convoluted scenario is in the event that you have an increase in dependents. So I'll give you an example. This is a real life example. This is something that happened with my clients. We had clients who had purchased a property 5 years ago with an FHA loan. They purchased the property initially when they had just gotten married. It was a 2-bedroom townhouse in Miami. They had a child about a year after that, and a second child about 2 years after that, and then they just had a third child about a year ago. So, with a fourth child on the way. Okay, so remember, it's a 2-bedroom house. I think the square footage on it was just around 1,000 square feet. Now, when it was presented to me, I had gone through the scenario with my underwriters and explained what the scenario was. Now, the caveat, okay, to carrying 2 FHA loans is this. If you're gonna upsize, okay, and you're purchasing a home because of increased dependence, one of the most important things that you need to understand is that you have to document that increase in dependence. You can't just say, well, I have 3 kids and a grandmother and my mother who live with me. They have to be documented dependents that you can prove by way of tax returns, by way of usually tax returns are the most solid way to do that. If you do that and you find another house that's larger and it fits that demographic, great. But here's the second caveat. If you're going to carry 2 FHA mortgages, you need to qualify for 2 FHA mortgages, which means that you have to qualify for that FHA mortgage that you currently own, plus carry that additional debt on the FHA mortgage that you're going to purchase. That, in and of itself, can present a multitude of issues. And this is where you would have to speak with your loan officer specifically to see the overlays and the guidelines that exist with the lending institution, because there are some lending institutions that do allow properties that are transitioning from a primary residence to an investment property with certain requirements, certain equity requirements, supported by an appraisal to actually be substantiated and then offset the debt on the first mortgage. So it is extremely important to understand the dynamics of having 2 FHA mortgages. So the short answer is, to the question of can I have 2 FHA mortgages? And the truth is, you can technically in certain situations, and they are very highly scrutinized situations. For more information, please visit us at The Real Estate Rundown. You can find us on iTunes, you can find us on Google Play.